Hello, students. How are you? Students, today we learn something new from chapter 2nd as we are learning about MS Excel, means formula in MS Excel. The student, in my last video, I told about what is a MS Excel and what types of works we can do in that application. The student, before watching this video, please like and subscribe as a, you will get the next video notification on your mobile for my further video also. The student, let us start for today. As in my last video I told about the relative cell address, absolute cell address, mixed cell address. These were the relative, these were the cell address by doing here the using the different address using by relative, absolute, and mixed. The student, today we will see the calculation in MS Excel. The Excel uses formulas and functions to do calculations. It means we can calculate the arithmetical, statistical, logical types of calculation in MS Excel very easily by knowing something certain rules and regulations. The first, we have to understand about the formulas and functions. The student, you know what is a formula? Formula, we can say here, once data is entered, type formula to do arithmetic calculations on the data. A formula is a mathematical equation and it can contain arithmetic values, expression, cell addresses and ranges, and the operations that are to be carried out on the cells. The various signs we also used in writing the formulas are addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, exponent, brackets. Like a brackets, you can say here the uses the parentheses are using of the pair of brackets, and the equal sign. The student, here the sum are the rules and regulations we can use in the formulas. The student, as you know, the signs of the arithmetic, as I told you, the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, exponent, equal sign, brackets, parentheses, etc. So these symbols we use in our formula to calculate the calculation according to our convenience. The first, we should know what is the rules to entering a formula in MS Excel. When a formula is entered in a cell, it is also displayed in a formula bar. Formula bar, you can say such a bar which shows the formula. Means you can see also here in the screen here. I zoom little bit here. You can see, student, here this is the formula bar here, means above the here the column heading, above the column heading, this is called here the formula bar. And in this formula bar there are two, you can say, button can be here, two other button can be here, as here the cross and the tick. The cross means that is a cancel button, and tick, that is for the enter button here. So here it is not given, but in your computer, in that application you can find also here in 2007 and 2010 it is given here, but in 2007 you can find the two buttons here. This is given here, the function button. The students, we can say here, okay, using the formula we should very aware properly, because if we don't use such a sign, if we don't use the proper sign for our formula, the calculation would be wrong. So here the sum as a functions given here. Students, you can see here, this is a given the screen of the Excel, and you can see this is the given the heading of the column A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, etc. And this is given the here the row number here, row number, row 1, row 2, row 3. And if it is not possible to see properly, then I have a draw some here as you can see. Now students, you can see here, this is a given the here the column, and here this is given the row here. Column heading, it is denoted by here the alphabetical, and this is a row denoted by here the numbers here. So students, you can see this is called here the data, and this is here roll number, name, subjects marks here one by one here, and this is given the total, average, and percentage here. The students, this data you can see here, and on this data we will manipulate in our formula. The students, first, see here, we can do by here the calculation by entering the data directly in a numerical form, I mean in number form. 40, 35, 27. Here you can see here, I zoom little bit the camera here, and you can see here given the numbers. English in a 40, 45, 25, 39, 38, and in maths here, and computer here. So we can enter the data, I mean enter the number directly for in our formula. But you know, okay, what will be as a difficult for the calculation, you know, okay, when we change the number in meanwhile, then the calculation will not calculate automatically, means that will be not a possible to calculate the automatically. So this will be difficult for the calculation, this will be not easy for the calculation. So in the place of the number entering directly, we enter here as a, in the place of the as a number, we will enter here the as a address here, C5, D5, and E5. You can see student here the C5 40, D5 35, E5 27 in the total, means in F5 here, the F5. The students, here you can get a total here in the F5 here. The student, I will show you by this doing the paper. Here students, it is a total, average, and percentage, which I will show you by here the doing the calculation in a on a paper here. So here you can see for the total, how can get the total here. So for getting the total, we should have a consider about the certain formula, certain rules in MS Excel here. The first, we will put here the equal sign, where you will put here in the F5, okay, means in the F5 cell. Here you can see F5 cell, you will write here the equal sign, what I'm writing on the paper here. So you can see here the equal sign, then open the bracket, that is called the parenthesis. Then we write here as a cell address, the cell address is starting with the here the as a C5 as we am as I'm writing here, but you can click on by the mouse on the C5 cell address. Then you will press the plus sign, then you will again click on the D5 by the mouse, then again you press the plus sign, and then you again click on the E5 cell. So it means this will be show like this on the formula bar here or in your cell. So it means this is here the as a entering the here data, here the entering the cell address here. So when you press the enter key, the automatically calculation will be executed. It means the calculation you will get by the pressing the enter key here. So this is the combination, this is the using of the mouse and by the keyboards you can get the calculation. Otherwise you can also do like this here as a c5 plus d5 plus e5. So you can write also from the cell ranging here. You can say here cell ranging means by from the c to e5, you can write like this also here. This is the as a second method. First of all you will write the equal sign. Equal sign is very important for the formula and the function also here. And then you open the parenthesis bracket, that is called the as a small bracket here, and then you will write here the c5 and then colon sign, and then your last cell address e5 here. Then okay, it will be here the calculation. But student, this is a calculation, but but this formula doesn't know what it has to be do. Okay, what it means to do with this number. So for this we can use here the in the place of the formula we can use here the function. So we will write for this will write like this, equal sign here sum, and as a c5 to e5 here, I mean that is a colon sign here. Okay, this will be as a wrong here, but this will be right because this you are writing the function name, but formula it needs here the as a sign. It needs the as a calculation sign, addition like addition sign, multiplication sign, division sign, it needs in the formula. But function it doesn't require. Formula it doesn't require any symbol or any sign related to the any mathematical. So here we use here the colon sign. It is very simple, very easy to calculate by using the function, because this function is predefined in the MS Excel, and sum it is for the adding the numbers. This is the function here. We can say here the function, and inside this is called the argument. That is a argument here. So this is the arguments, and these arguments add one by one till the last cell address here. For the average we can do here, the for the average we get here the average of the numbers here. So for average we can write here the equal sign a v e r a g e, average, and here the open the parenthesis box here, parenthesis bracket here, and we will write here the average of the number. Suppose you got here the 40, 35, 27 in these three subjects. Then you want to get the average here. So for what you will do, getting the average of the numbers here. So here the three subjects, and total here your as a got here in the f5. The f5 it is a total, and average here the three numbers. So simple, what we will do here, so we will as a put here the average here the total f5 and divided by here as a 3 here. The 3 here it will get the as a total here. Okay, and get the calculation, you will get the average of the numbers here. Okay, we can do also like this here. We can select the three subject and be right here the average. So it means it will be like this here, only we this write the here the cell address, average a v e r a g e, average, and here put the as a c5 to e5, I mean c5 colon sign to e5 here. So then we can get the address here. But for this here we can write like, we cannot write like here the average here. We no need here to write the average, only put here the equal sign and f5 divided by 3 here, we will get the average here. And if we want to get by the function here, so then we will write here the average c5 to e5 here. Then percentage also, percentage for here getting the equal sign. Then we can say here for the percentage, we put here as a, we use here the formula, open the as a bracket here, we write here the where we got the as a total, because percentage will be uh, based on the here the total. The total is a, suppose in f5, okay. And here the divided by as a, divided by here 100, okay. Because if it is a divided 100, it is a paper of the, you can say because it is a percentage, the percentage as a divided by always here the 100 here. And the paper here the three papers, and three papers, you can say it is a three paper, and it is a out of 50. So here the 50, it is a out of 50 here, the all the marks here got the out of 50 here. So we will write here the as like this bracket, and 50 is out of here. And then we can put here the multiplication sign here, that is called the asterisk sign here. And we write here the number of the paper here, the three numbers: English, maths and computer. English, maths and computer, you can see on the screen. And then we write here the number of the paper here, and close this bracket, and then close the last bracket also. And when we press the enter, we will get here the percentage of the total here. So this is here the percentage. Now student, we can see one by one here the functions, which is a very useful in our excel here. So we can see here sum for adding the total here. If you want to add the total, then we can use here for the add here, as I showed you earlier here I showed you the sum, for the calculation for the adding the number here in the place of the formula, we can use here the functions to get the calculation, I mean get the add, or you can say here the adding the number. For the product for the multiplications, mean we can multiply the numbers here one by one. Here we can use like this here, multiply sign here. We want to, if we want to add, I mean multiply these number, then we can use here the product function in the place of the formula. So we will put here the equal sign, then we write here, we write here the product, we write here the product, and then open the bracket, I mean parenthesis, and we write here the calculations, I mean number cell range here, c5 to as a e5 calculation we want. So then we write here the our cell address here, the c5 to e5, and press the enter, then automatically we will get here the as a product any calculation here, means multiply. Then quotient is as you divide and you get the result, that is called the quotient here. So for the quotient, equal sign, we write here the as a function name here, quotient, and we same write here c5 to e5 as a for the as a cell address, we will get here the quotient here, means divided by the number here, any number, suppose 30 31 as a quotient dividing by the 3, suppose here the 5. Then what will be the quotient about here, the 6 will be as a quotient, and 1 will be remainder, but it will not show the remainder, only it will show the quotient here. And power as a function name, power as a here, in the power, okay, we will write here the equal sign, power, and open the parenthesis. We will write here the as a any number, like in the power, like here the we can write here 3, and comma we write then here the power. It is a base number and it is a power number. Student, as a it is a like as a here the quotient here, I mean it is equation here. The power 3 comma 2, this is a base and this is a power here. When we press the enter, we will get here, it is here 9, because it will multiply like this, 3 3s are 9. So this is a student for the function. But in my next video I will tell about the statistical function, and we will revise again about these function in a book also. Okay, thank you for watching the students this video. Thank you very much.